Well, you're ready to self-publish a book and you're wondering, should I use a pen name? Well, if that sounds like you, then stay tuned. Hey, Right Rider, it's Keith Wheeler here, and if you want to continue to get all the hints, tips, and tricks on how to make self-publishing easier, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, smash that little bell icon right there so you get alerted each and every time, that's right, I put out something new. In an earlier video, I gave some tips on how to make more money year-round. Well, in that video, I briefly touched on the pen name, real name benefits, and I'll include a link to it here so you can give it a looky-loo later on. Now be sure to stick around to the end because I'm going to show you the #1 mistake that I've seen a lot of authors make when it comes to using pen names. Now let's start with, what is a pen name? Simply put, a pen name is basically an alternate author name. How to use a pen name? Well, when you're going to upload your book, when you get to the metadata and you get to the section where it asks for author name, instead of putting in your author name, that is where you enter in your alternate pen name. One of the biggest areas of confusion that I've found is with authors trying to determine when to use a pen name. Now, obviously, everybody's situation is slightly different, but here are some scenarios where I've seen pen names for authors really work. #1, when you're testing out a new niche or genre and you're not 100% confident in it. #2, when you're starting on a new niche or genre that clashes with your current genre or niche. For example, if you currently write children's books and now you want to start writing in horror or something like that, definitely a great opportunity to use a pen name. #3, when you just don't want to confuse your current readership with whatever your new niche or genre might be. #4, when the genre you want to write in is dominated by the opposite sex. For example, if you're a guy and you want to write steamy romance, that's definitely dominated by women. And yeah, you can try to stand out and be the diamond in the rough, but I've found in my experience that sometimes just giving the reader what they expect is the smoother path. #5, when you just want to be anonymous and not be associated with any given series or niche. This is fairly common to use pen names for authors who write in no content and low content books. Writing with a pen name is a decision that each author needs to make on their own on a per book and per genre basis. But using a pen name on Amazon and other platforms like it are a great way to broaden your overall discoverability as well as how to reach more readers. Okay, so you've decided to use a pen name. What next? What pen name should you use? Choosing how to pick a pen name can be one of the most stressful parts of the decision-making process. Even if you're just using a pen name to try out a new niche, you need to make sure that it's a pen name that you can stick with, because if that book is a success, you want to continue to use that same pen name over and over again so you can build on the reputation you've already gotten with that first book. So how do you choose a good pen name? Well, there are countless ways to come up with new pen names. Here are a few of the most common ones that I've found. #1, a pen name generator. Just by Googling pen name generator, I've found pages of results. Now, full disclaimer, I haven't actually tried using one of these, but it seems like a simple and easy way to really get the creative juices flowing in coming up with a pen name. #2, using variations of your own name. For example, your initials, maybe use your middle name. These are good ways to come up with a pen name for a new genre without being completely anonymous. #3, use meaningful references. For example, family members' names, maybe some combinations thereof, sentimental street names, churches, things like that. That's a great way to add some uniqueness and add a piece of yourself in there while still being 100% anonymous. And #4, use a niche relevant name. KDP makes it really clear that they don't want you to use keywords and keyword stuff or anything like that when it comes to your title, subtitle, or your author name. But that said, if you find a word that correlates with your particular niche or genre and it's still relevant to your book, that can be a great way to make your book and your new author name stand out. Deciding to use a pen name can be a huge decision, and pen names for new authors can be even more stressful. That said, if you do decide that you want to use a pen name, there is one huge mistake that I want to make sure that you don't make. This is the biggest mistake that I've seen author with pen names make, and honestly, it costs them countless potential sales. So what's the big mistake? Well, I'll tell you. They don't associate an image with their new pen name. Now, I get it. You created a pen name probably because you want to be anonymous. So it makes sense not to use your own picture. But that doesn't mean you don't use an image at all. Your reader still needs some kind of image to correlate with your new pen name and brand. So you can use a stock photo, and if you do, make sure you have rights to it. Also, it can be a logo, it can be an illustration, it doesn't matter, as long as it's something that now will represent your new brand or pen name. Because the most important thing is that you have a face to your new pen name or brand. Now, once you have that new image, well, then make sure you go in and upload it to your new Author Central page for that particular pen name. So click on that video right there, and I will show you exactly how to set up your Author Central page. You can have up to 3 author names with each email address that you have set up on Author Central. So click on that video right there, and I'll show you exactly how easy it is to set up. Or you can click on that video right there and see what YouTube has set up for you. I'll see you in the next video, and remember to write right.